Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and check out my latest videos. If you've been watching, you know that we recently hosted a 1K mommy giveaway to celebrate me finally getting to 1,000 subscribers. Well, the giveaway ended yesterday, and here I am to announce the winner. So drum roll, please. Our winner is Anoli_S. Congratulations to you. I hope that you enjoy this gift basket, and congratulations on your soon-to-be little one. I am going to put my email information in the description box. Please make sure to email me so that we can coordinate how you will get your prize. All right, on to the next thing. You guys know what we're here to talk about. It's in the title. We're here to talk about mom guilt. So you probably have heard that term a bunch of times. We all kind of like know what it means. It's in the title, mom guilt. But I'm just gonna read basically like a comprehensive overview of what it is. Don't mind me in my notebook, y'all. I'm really be having to write things down these days because otherwise they just fly into my head and then fly right back out. So we're gonna read what mom guilt is. Mom guilt is the feeling of not being a good enough mother, driven by internal or external pressures to meet unrealistic standards, expectations about parenting. It manifests as a critical inner voice telling a parent they are failing, often stemming from the perceived need to be a perfect, selfless caregiver who can juggle all responsibilities flawlessly. I don't know why I can't read, y'all. I'm so sorry. This can be triggered by specific events like a work conflict or less traumatic moments like not being able to maintain a perfectly clean house. So in essence, it's really just that kind of nagging feeling that you're not doing enough, you're not doing good enough as a mother, you're not holding up that perfect mom standard. So I'm sure that if you're a first-time mom, a second-time mom, a mom in general, that you may have experienced that at some time in your journey. So we're going to talk about 7 ways today to combat mom guilt. So let's get started. All right, number 1, and this is a big one, allow yourself to feel. Yes, so when you're experiencing mom guilt, it's very easy to then feel guilty about feeling mom guilt, right? Like you're feeling bad because you already feel bad and you don't feel justified in feeling bad because you're like, why do I feel bad, right? So allow yourself to feel. The emotions that you're feeling are very valid. You know what I'm saying? You just want to do your very best as a mom, you know, and sometimes that causes a lot of pressure, right? So allow yourself to feel. Acknowledge that you are facing these emotions. Don't try to ignore them, because when you try to ignore them, you're just gonna keep suppressing those feelings, and then you're going to have an explosion. It's bound to happen. I've heard this term before. I don't remember where I heard it from, but our biggest enemy is inner me. Like we sometimes are our biggest haters and our biggest problems, for real. So just allow yourself to feel those emotions. Don't stay in those emotions, but like allow yourself to experience, acknowledge that you are facing these emotions, that you feel guilty, that you feel like you could be doing better, that you know you don't feel at your tip-top best as a mom. Number 2, set realistic goals and expectations. So obviously, as we were talking about the definition, it talked about unrealistic expectations, unrealistic goals. And we all do it, right? Again, we want to be the best mamas that we can be. But sometimes we set these like, oh, I'm going to clean the entire house, and then I'm going to clean the car, and I'm going to go to this class, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do this work, or whatever it is. And sometimes we like put so many things on ourselves, and then we don't fulfill those things. And guess what? Then we feel bad because we're like, I did not do what I set out to do. And I feel like by evaluating your goals and, you know, what you're expecting your day to look like, you can talk to yourself about what you can realistically do without burning yourself out. And that's another thing. Like, as moms, we try to be like super women, superhumans, and you know, we put all of these kind of things on ourselves, and then we burn ourselves out, and then we get mad, and then we feel bad about getting mad about burning ourselves out. You see how that like cycle just continues? So by setting like realistic expectations and goals for yourself, that can really help to like shape how you're feeling. You know what I'm saying? Because then you don't have that like added pressure. Not saying to be lazy and don't do nothing, but you know what I'm saying? Like, make realistic expectations and goals so that you don't have to come down hard on yourself if you don't like achieve them, essentially. This is another one. Don't make promises you can't keep. Whether that is a promise to your baby, whether that is a promise to your friends, your spouse, whatever, don't make promises that you can't keep. Like, you don't know for sure what you are like able to achieve right off the bat, especially if like your day is changing like rapidly, if you have a newborn or whatever it is. So making promises that you are definitely going to do this, you're definitely going to do that, sometimes pigeonholes you, and then once again you don't fulfill those promises, and guess what? You're guilty. You feel guilty. You feel like you messed up. You feel like you failed because you didn't do what you set out to do. I'm going to tell you somebody, though, that always makes promises that they can keep. That's Jesus. He's not the son of man that he should lie. He's true to perform his word. Sorry, just had to add that in. He is a promise keeper. But we break our promises. We fail. So, like, don't make promises that you can't keep. Number 4, pour into yourself as often as you can for as much time as you can. The big thing with mommy guilt is like you start to feel like you're being selfish sometimes. And with yourself, you do have to be selfish. Now, your baby is the top priority, especially if you're a first-time mom like myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, or even if you are not a first-time mom, like the youngest child or the baby or whoever it is that's in your life right now is the priority, right? And we get that. We understand that they can't do for themselves. But whatever little pockets of time you get, use them on yourself. Whatever little pocket of downtime you get, use them on yourself and don't feel guilty about it. And the more that you use those pockets of downtime for yourself, it will become normal to do things for yourself. Your normal is shifted drastically when you have a baby, right? And especially for moms with multiples, like I know you guys know this. Your normal shifts drastically. So if you don't add back in like that time for yourself, some sort of self-care, then the normal is going to be that you don't take care of yourself at all, that you just focus on your baby. And now you have to reintroduce that new normal back in of you taking those pockets of time for yourself. What does that look like? Make a smoothie for yourself if you can in a little bit of time you get. Have a glass of water and sit down. Scroll on social media if you need to, just for a little while. I know, we know how time-consuming social media can be, but do a little scroll if you need to. Take a picture of yourself, a selfie. If you don't like the way you're looking right then and there, throw on some lipstick and some mascara. You know what I'm saying? Take a breath of fresh air. Go outside. Watch a show that you really like whatever that looks like for you in those little pockets of downtime. And I'm also going to do a video at some point about like maximizing your time as a first-time mom or with a baby, because even though it feels like you get no time, there are some times where there are little small pockets of time that you can use. So like using that to pour something back into yourself can help to eliminate mom guilt, because now this becomes a new normal of pouring into yourself and you don't feel bad about taking time for yourself. I don't remember what number I was on, so y'all can keep up with the numbers. But the next one I would say is filter advice. People like to give unsolicited advice. I don't know what it is about unsolicited advice that spirit just catches people sometimes. And even sometimes even sometimes advice that you ask for, like sometimes people just don't know what they're talking about, right? So I would just say filter the advice and the tools and the tips you get from people. Like take everything with a grain of salt, even what I'm saying, right? You know, like who am I? But like take everything with a grain of salt, because sometimes people will say stuff and then you'll start dwelling on it, and now you're feeling mom guilt because you're like, oh, am I actually doing this right? Like, should I be doing this instead? And it's like, listen, one thing that we learned on this journey, and I'm talking to so many people about, is that like you need to do what works best for you. This person's gonna do what works best for them as a parent. You do what works best for you. I'm not raising somebody else's child. I'm raising my child, right? So I need to do what works best for me. And like, I need to also be very careful about the advice that I allow into my space, that I internalize, because I don't want to internalize something that's going to make me feel bad about a choice that I've already made for my child, right? And like, I know this is not like a Bible-based video or whatever like that, but I always try to remember this principle in the Bible says not to be double-minded. Like we can't go back and forth all the time. Like, yes, obviously that means don't be spiritually and worldly minded, but it also means like be stable in your mind. Like don't be going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like if you've decided upon something, stick with it. Like that's what you chose for your child. Like you shouldn't allow the advice of somebody else to come in and then now you're starting to feel bad about a decision that you've already made. Like, no. Filter that advice. If something you're hearing is not helpful to you, or you feel like if you internalize this, it's going to give garbage, it's going to give like craziness in your mind, go ahead and let that just flow right out of your ears. Because yeah, no. I hear a little toy jingling. My husband's playing with my daughter. Okay. Next one. Reframe your perspective. It is very easy to feel guilty when you already feel bad about everything. Right? And I know that's easier said than done, especially because, you know, anxiety, postpartum depression, all these sorts of things that moms go through in this very new area, new stage of life with the baby. But you have to try to reframe your perspective. One thing that I do to reframe my perspective is like I will talk out loud to my baby. And I'll just be like, wow, you did so good today. You lifted your head up. Or, wow, I love your pretty smile. Or, you know, wow, mommy's so glad that she got to spend time with you today. Like reframe your perspective. Like, because the offside of that is like, well, I didn't get to do any of the things that I wanted to do to keep the house well today. And my baby was crying all day long, and I don't feel like I attended to her needs as much as I could have. And it's like, yes, all those things are present, you know what I'm saying? But reframing your perspective and being like, you know what? Yeah, my baby was crying a lot today, but at least I was here to comfort her. Yes, today was super rough, but at least we got to spend time together. And I try to remember too, this is like a really big thing I try to remember, is that there are a lot of people who want children. And there are a lot of people who can't have children biologically or have been trying, and all these different things like that. So this child is a gift. This child is a blessing. So I'm going to treat them as such, right? So I'm not going to get upset at myself, you know, because things didn't go right with this child. I'm still learning. So, you know, but just reframing that perspective of like, oh, this is a learning period. This is a trial period for the both of us. Like we're learning how to navigate life together. That helps to eliminate that feeling of like, oh, I'm not doing it right. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, we're learning together, and that's okay. And last but not least, I would say don't try to be everything to everyone. Yeah. And that's hard, especially if you have like a spouse or, you are working a job or whatever it is, like spreading yourself thin is gonna have you feeling bad, because once again, back to what we've been talking about, you are not going to be able to give 100% of yourself to every single thing. It just doesn't work like that, especially when you are taking care of a child, especially when, you know what I'm saying, like you are navigating this new normal. You're not going to be able to give all of yourself to everything. So you can't be everything to everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like something might go lacking, and just being okay with that, and not pushing yourself to be everything to everyone. Telling yourself like, hey, right now I'm in mommy mode. Right now, this is my sole focus, and right now this is what I can do and what I can give. And like allowing people to come in and to help fill those gaps where you can't be everything to everyone. That helps to eliminate that guilt that we feel sometimes as a mom. So those are just a few things that I'm sharing that have been helping me, and I think work in combating mom guilt. You don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay feeling like you're inadequate, that you're not doing a good job, that nothing you do will ever be right. Dead those thoughts. Okay, shift your perspective and remember that this is a learning journey, and it's okay to mess up, it's okay to fail, it's okay not to achieve everything that you want to, because realistically we don't always get it right in life, but we learn along the way. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below if anything that I said helped you. What tips would you share to any first-time moms about mom guilt? Have you experienced mom guilt? And congratulations once again to Anoli_S. Remember to email me so we can coordinate information for you to get your giveaway prize. Stay tuned for any giveaways in the future. Thank you guys so much for helping me to get to 1K. And let's run it up and get to 2K. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.